Yes, Edward and Bella have swooned their final swoon. But although the Twilight Saga is no more, beware, because bloodthirsty vampires still walk among us. Werewolves and fairies too, as well as tons of nudity. It's, of course, HBO's hit Southern Gothic horror show, True Blood. Canadian actor Anna Paquin stars in it.
I think Merlot's just got his first vampire.
And as her brother, Ryan Kwanten, as a cop possessed of seemingly endless charm.
You slept with every woman in this town?
I don't know. I'm close, I guess.
But not apparently of a shirt. Ryan's earned those Bruce Lee pecs, though. Surfer boy from Sydney, Australia, even survived a shark attack before settling on acting and landing a role on the hit Aussie soap called Home and Away. Oh, hey.
Would you just please get us out of here?
Just leave it to me, babe, okay?
Once in LA, he struggled a bit, but True Blood helped open the door for roles in films like this, The Right Kind of Wrong. Played at the film festival in Toronto, stars the great Catherine O'Hara, and explores one of the classic movie themes. What happens when you fall in love with someone you shouldn't have fallen in love with?
You want to get a coffee sometime?
This is my wedding.
We all have baggage.
Whoa! Please welcome Ryan Kwanten!
Thank you, Bill. Welcome. Hi.
Things are well, my friend? Things are well?
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
What a
What a
run.
horrible life this is.
What a run you've been on.
Yeah, look, it's sort of the bane of an actor's existence. You're never quite sure if or when you're going to get work. I've just had, I guess, ever since this small little show, True Blood, I've just had a pretty good little run.
How long before everybody around you started to change? And has that happened?
Look, I think the beauty of being Australian is that I think that my bullshit meter is pretty good. So I can see and sense someone's lack of authenticity.
Yeah. That's what, when I heard you were doing this Canadian film up here, I thought that's really cool. Like shooting a film up here, being a part of this story, because it seemed like it would be a natural fit for you.
Yeah, look, I like to think that I'm a nice guy, but Canadians, honestly, man, they just kill you with kindness. I was...
Oh, but hold on.
Amazing.
Remember, he still said kill you, so we're murderers, right? It's just different.
I'm back to tell the story, and let me tell you, yes. Look, it was... And I shot all over Alberta, which is, what, epic countryside. I still look at the film, and I know that we shot there, and it looks like we computer-generated these vistas in the background.
So you're this guy who, in the very beginning, has to deal with this unbelievable reality where your ex writes this awful blog about you, becomes world famous.
And
Will
literally...
you read it? No.
No, but this thing goes viral.
Yeah.
You know, it blows up.
But then he falls in love with a girl on her wedding day, and he has to chase her for the whole film. And her husband's not even a bad guy, like he's a nice guy, and so
if this guy was on Match.com, the system would crash.
That's true.
He would have that many women after him because he ticks every single box.
Yeah.
And that ultimately is his demise, is the fact that he is so damn perfect.
Right. Which is insane.
Well, it is insane because life isn't about the perfections. It's about the imperfections. That's what end up being endearing about someone. You enjoy someone originally because of the perfections of them, but what's endearing and enduring about them is the imperfections, the little quirks that they have.
So do you have to find all that stuff inside everybody you play?
Absolutely. Look, there's a transference from me to the character and from the character onto me. I hopefully like to think that every character in some bizarre way, shape or form makes me a better man.
What do you do with the True Blood character?
How does he make me a better man?
Yeah.
Well, the fact that he just lives life with such fervent spontaneity. Like, this is a guy who, give him a cliff and he's already off it. There's no sense of thought. Yeah. Whereas me personally, you know, as much as I'm an adrenaline junkie, I still want to know the repercussions.
Do you know the ending of your series on True Blood when it starts? Do they tell you that stuff?
No. I barely know the next episode before they give me the scripts.
Is that because they don't want you to know or because they don't have it?
Because they don't have it, and to be honest, I'm not one of those actors that needs to know, and it's the kind of character that works better the least he knows. You know?
That's true, though.
Yeah.
It must be a lot of fun to kind of do that kind of character.
Oh, yeah.
Is it easier or harder to play a guy that has to sort of be a little dumb?
You definitely have to put effort into it, but he comes into every scene with such vim and vigour. He's always rushing from somewhere, and he always leaves that scene rushing off to the next place with twice as much speed.
Do you find over time there's some of that residue left in you and you can draw on that when you go out in public and you...
Yeah, I mean, even for this sort of thing where you have to, you know, somewhat put on a face, you make it, believe me, you make it very comfortable and you ask good, incisive questions and you're actually listening, but there's... you'd be surprised the amount of times they don't. They're already looking at the next question or they're, you know... But it's, yeah, I think you have to put on a little bit of a public persona. And I realise that, look, in a weird way, it's the public who are paying my bills. So it's my duty to sign autographs and to take photos and to be nice.
Does that sense of duty come from your childhood?
I don't know. I like to think my dad's a noble man.
Is he like a vice president or senior vice president of some life-saving organization?
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah. Wow, you have done your research,
no,
young
we have a
man.
good team here.
He's, well, he's sort of a world champion of sorts, you know, and he'll be, if he ever sees this, he'll walk around the house with his gold medals on.
So growing up around a father like that,
yeah,
who is, there's an emphasis, I suppose, on being healthy and being outside, but there is a sense of duty. Could you see that kind of trickle down into the home? Yeah,
look, my favourite quote has always been the Emerson one, what lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us. Mm. And that's sort of what Mum and Dad always taught me, that never lose sight of what's inside of you. No matter, you know, what triumphs or tribulations you may go through, there's always you'll always find the answer inside, you know what I mean? You'll know.
Has that been tested?
Sure, it's tested every day. It's tested them every time you wake up. You have the choice to be happy or sad, but it's so much harder to be sad, man. It's just put a smile on the face rather than avoiding people, and you know that was sort of a consciousness. That was sort of something that I've changed too. I haven't always been.
When did you feel that change?
It was a job called Summerland, which was kind of a real foot in the door job, just get my money. But it ended up being sort of a really fun show to work on. But I got the role actually as an American. They had no idea that I was an Australian. And the executive producer, I see him out of the corner of my eye. He's literally leaping across the table, and he sort of stops me and he grabs me by the shirt. He says, "You're not from America, are you?" I said, "No, mate, I'm Australian." And he goes, "But you got your papers to work, right?" I said, yeah, I got my script." And I was so green. And he said, no, you're legal. I said, "Yeah, of course I'm legal." He goes, "Have you got a visa?" I said, "No." He goes, "We're shooting tomorrow." I said, "Right." He goes, "OK, you're going to have to work illegally for this 2 weeks." I shouldn't be saying this, should I?
No, I think you should.
And then, you know, we'll fly you to Canada, we'll get your papers, and then you'll be all fine. But you just got to tell them after that it was, you know, after the fact.
What a pleasure to see you, man. You did a great job in this film, too.
Oh, thank you, man.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Fantastic. The Right Kind of Wrong, October the 11th. Make sure you check it out in theaters. Ryan Kwanten. We'll be right back.